Hey yogis, Silas here. Welcome to this Yin practice. This class is perfect for a long day where you just maybe spend a lot of time on your screen, you feel a little bit in your head and you just want to drop in. You just want to let go and surrender. For today's practice you will need one block. A bolster will do as well. I recommend a yoga block though because we're going to play a little bit with the back of the neck to just release any tension that builds up after carrying around this heavy bit of machinery all day. So grab your block and then find your way straight into a seat. You can sit on the block, you can also just sit on the floor, cross-legged or on your shins. And letting the hands come into your lap. Taking a moment to just sit upright, back of the neck long. Taking a moment to just notice the breath, to just notice the day in your body, the sensations of your head, sensations of your face. Notice if you can release any muscles in your face, softening through your heart, shoulders, your arms, your torso and hips, your legs, knees, calves and feet. Letting yourself drop into your own space. A space that no one else has access to. And it's either your own paradise or your own hell. It really depends on you. How much time do you spend in this space? How much present awareness do you put into this place? Meeting whatever you're presented with here right now with a sense of contentment. You just feel the way you feel. And this is the starting point. You don't feel any other way because life just didn't happen any other way. You meet what you feel right now with contentment. Draw your awareness to the breath. Visualize a content breath. How would a content breath feel in the body? Where would it flow? Would it be a long or short breath? And then see if you can let yourself drop into a content breath just by thinking about it. Just by feeling it. And to go even deeper, we're going to begin the practice with a pranayama exercise called Nadi Shodana. We'll try to paint a picture in your head so you can keep your eyes closed. But of course, if you feel you need a visual reference, you can always open your eyes and look at the screen. Bring your awareness into your left hand and then bring the index finger and the thumb together to touch and let that hand just rest on your thigh in this mudra of awareness. And then bring your awareness into the right hand and begin to lift the right hand towards your face. And then bring the peace fingers, the index finger and the middle finger into the space in between your eyebrows. Let the right thumb come onto the right nostril and let the right ring finger come onto the left nostril. And these two fingers, they will play your nostrils like a piano. They will open and close them. Just to start with, keep both nostrils open. Keep your awareness in your breath. See if you can pull the breath into the space in between your eyebrows. Breathe into the space where your peace fingers are placed. And just follow in and exhale for 1 or 2 rounds. And then take one more breath in through both nostrils. On the exhale, empty out all the air through both nostrils. Close the right nostril with the right thumb. Breathe in through the left. Little pause at the top of the breath. Close the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Little pause at the top, close the right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right nostril. Inhale right nostril. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left nostril. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Swap at the top of the breath, exhale right. Inhale right. Swap at the top, exhale left. And then continue just like this. Inhaling through one nostril. Swapping at the top, exhaling through the other nostril. Breathing in through the same nostril. Swapping at the top, exhaling through the other. And then carry on just like this. See if you can pull the breath into the space between your eyebrows. Swapping the nostril every time you finished an inhale. If you get lost or you mess up, you simply restart. Carry on just like this. And the next time you will exhale through the left nostril, that's when you will finish this pranayama exercise by just letting both hands come back into your lap. And you let the air return in and out through the nose freely. Notice the residue of the shape, residue of the pranayama. You notice the quality of your breath, quality of the space inside of you. And from here, bring the hands together at the heart and let them meet an Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for the time that you took to be here. Commitment to the next few minutes as we move through 2 or 3 yin postures to really finish off this practice and drop into your body, into a paradise inside of you, a place that you can come home to. Bowing your head to your heart, offering up your efforts, and then gently blink open your eyes, and then shift off your seat and sit down onto your bum. And then from here, we're going to bring the feet towards the front of the mat. And just for a moment, after you've sit and cross-legged, just have the legs straight and maybe just let the toes move side to side, shaking out the legs. So we're going to set up for a butterfly shape. So whenever you feel ready, you bring the soles of the feet together. And you can choose to have the heels close to your hips or further away. Further away just makes it easier to fold forward, especially when you're quite tight in the hips. And then grab your block, place the block just in front of you in the highest setting. Take a breath in. The exhale, begin to fold forward over your butterfly shape. Maybe the forearms come through the inside of your thighs and legs. And then placing the forehead onto the block. Maybe have to adjust the pose to your own needs today. For me today, I have to bring the feet so close that I can place the block on the feet so that my forehead can rest. And you can notice if you maybe feel like you can't bring the forehead onto the block, to work with more pillows, to just use as much support for you to fold forward and release the upper body, and especially release the neck. Letting the elbows be heavy to soften the shoulders. And letting the knees be heavy to soften the outer hips, inner groins. Keeping your awareness in your breath. Following your breath into different body parts. Breathing into the back body, breathing into your hips and legs. Even breathing into your fingertips. I won't talk too much in these shapes. I'm going to stay for about 2 more minutes here, allowing yourself to fully surrender. As we're here for a while already, notice for the last minute if there are any areas in your body that you can consciously soften. Any areas where you hold on tension. If it's your hands, if it's your elbows and shoulders, your legs, or even your face. Notice if you can soften all the muscles around your eyebrows, eyeballs, your cheeks, your mouth and tongue, even your jaw. Just taking another 2 rounds of breath here. Let the third inhale take you slowly back up. Move mindful. Taking the block to the side next to your hip. And then bring yourself all the way onto your back body. Just finding a Savasana shape just for a moment. A moment of stillness, of observation. Closing your eyes. Noticing the sensations of blood in your legs. Using this shape to let the body reset. Notice the sensations of the previous pulse. And then we're mindfully going to set up for the next one. Stay on your back and then bring the left foot to the left outer side of your mat. Lift the right foot up and then place the right ankle over the left one. Keep the leg relaxed. Keep both hip bones pointing up towards the ceiling. And then reach your arms over your head. Hold onto the right forearm or the right wrist with the left hand. And then begin to pull yourself into a banana shape towards the left side. Finding a comfortable position for your neck to rest in. Consciously softening your legs. So if you can bring your awareness into the right outer side of your body, from the right heel to the right wrist. And you can really decide how deep in sensation you want to go here by either going more into this banana shape towards the left or just keeping it quite soft. Either way, keep your neck soft, comfortable position for your head. And then letting time do the magic. Oftentimes we search for stretch straight away, or we search for sensation straight away. Because that is what stretching is, it's sensation that we feel. In Yin Yoga, you don't necessarily always look for a strong sensation straight away. You look for a place of comfort, a place that maybe has potential to evolve into something uncomfortable. Especially in this banana shape here. Just having your arms over your head and the legs crossed over like this might feel quite easy at the start, but if you give it a couple of minutes, there are a lot of sensations happening. The lower back gets some extra space for the side bend. And the shoulders and arms get some extra space. We don't often lift the arms up like this when we work on a desk. It's really healthy for the shoulders to get that kind of motion or movement pattern, holding pattern right now into the joint. I won't talk for the reminder of this shape. Just let yourself soften. Notice the evolving sensations. If it's not painful, see if you can stay here for another minute. Notice one more breath in and one more breath out. And from here, slowly let go of the arms, the legs. Come back to Savasana, both legs straight down the mat, both arms by your side. Coming back to balance, taking a moment to notice here, to notice the right arm compared to the left, the right leg compared to the left. Noticing the sensations underneath the skin. Maybe any change in temperature, blood flow. And we're going to mindfully take the other side. So bring the right foot to the right outer side of your mat. Lift the left foot up, place the left ankle over the right, keeping the legs relaxed, maybe taking the hands to your hips to just make sure both hip bones pointing straight up, reaching your arms over your head, and then holding onto the left wrist with the right hand as you find this banana shape towards the right, finding a comfortable position for your neck. Bringing your awareness into the left outer side. And then letting time do the magic for you. In Yin Yoga, you can never go too deep. You can only go too quickly. You don't have to search for 100% of stretch or range of motion. Let yourself search for 60 or 70. And then begin to explore your own edge through awareness. I'll let you be here in this shape, keeping your awareness turned inwards onto breath and sensation. Notice where your awareness goes. Can you keep it by yourself? Notice when thoughts distract. Don't beat yourself up. Thoughts are part of the pose. Be proud that you noticed that you got distracted. And see if you can let yourself drop for just another minute into your body, into your breath. Softening through your face, observing. Mindfully releasing, finding your rebound pose, your Savasana, just for a moment again. Arms by your side. Feeling neutrality in the body. Noticing left side compared to right. You can always feel like there's a little difference between the two sides. Difference in temperature. Difference in sensation or blood flow. Taking 2 more rounds of breath here. And very mindfully rebending your knees. And pressing the soles of the feet into the ground. Just for a moment we're going to lift the hips up and place the block underneath the sacrum on the lowest setting, so very gentle. Arms by your side. If you feel like extending them back over your head, feel free to do so. And then you can keep the feet on the ground
Or if you want to lift the legs up towards the ceiling, extend them up. Keep the feet about hip-width distance apart. And then take a soft bend into the knees so that your heels are just hovering over your sit bones. Giving yourself a moment to let the residue of the day out of your legs return back towards the heart. It's really good for lymphatic drainage, really good for your cardiovascular system to have the feet elevated. If you do this right before bed, it might even help you fall asleep, because it helps you to cool the body temperature down, and your body needs to drop in core temperature to fall asleep. Maybe you notice how the feet are slowly turning a little colder. As always in these yin practices, to have a blanket nearby or to have a pullover or long trousers and socks is always really helpful, just to get yourself cozy and warm. You don't want to lay on the mat here shaking because you're too cold. Just taking another 3 to 4 rounds of breath. Whenever these rounds of breath have finished for you, very mindfully rebend your knees, let the feet return to the ground. Press the soles of the feet into the floor to lift the hips up and slide the block out. And then keep the block in your hand, let the hips return to the floor. You can bring the feet out wide, let the knees fall together at center. And then take the block and place it on the lowest setting with the long edge parallel to the short edge of your mat, just over your head. And then from here lift the head up and place the block underneath the base of your skull. So as you place the block there, take the hands to your skull or to the back of your head, and notice where your skull turns into your neck. So there are these 2 bubbles on each side. That's where the head ends and the cervical spine begins. And right on that edge you want to take the block. And you notice maybe it's the lowest setting for you. You might even feel like you want to flip the block onto the middle setting to get a little bit more traction in the back of the neck. And then placing the head or just that edge onto the edge of the block. And then let the hands come down by your side, palms face up. And you can decide to put a bit more traction on your spine by lengthening the tailbone away from you. Maybe even press very mindfully the soles of the feet into the ground to just lift the hips off the ground just an inch or half an inch, just so you can lengthen the tailbone. And then let the tailbone drop back onto the ground, and let the pelvis relax, the legs relax. And it might feel like there's a pull on the back of the neck now. You just stay here. Continue to breathe to notice. If you feel like taking a little bit of movement, begin to very mindfully turn your head towards the right. You don't want to put too much effort in. You just want to move the edge of your head and skull, just that borderline, across the edge of the block. And it might come to a point where you feel like you have to put in a lot of effort to turn further. You don't put in effort. You just very mindfully turn the nose towards the right, and very mindfully moving it back through center, over to the other side. And you're just continuing on your own, letting yourself space out, moving the head side to side. Maybe go one more time each way. Also, if you feel like you want to do this for longer, you have the luxury of being at home and just pausing the video. So you can always just pause, continue with this, and come back later to it. Okay, and let the nose come back to its center. And then take the block out underneath the head, let the back of the head touch the ground. And then finding Savasana here, arms by your side, straightening your legs. And if you feel like you want some extra grounding, you could potentially grab the block and just place it onto your belly, maybe even onto the front of your hips. And setting up for Savasana. Head heavy, back of the neck long, shoulders grounded, arms heavy, hips heavy, and legs heavy. Softening your tongue, maybe even pushing the tongue out of your mouth, opening the mouth as wide as you can. And then letting the tongue return into the mouth, but keeping the jaw soft. Keeping all the muscles around your eyes soft. Even the muscles behind your eyes. Savasana. Final rest.
Thank you so much for joining. Allow yourself to stay here for as long as you need. If it's the end of your day, you might have some spare time. And also when you finish off the practice, don't rush back into the rest of your day. Maybe make the first few actions you take after this practice very, very mindful. Noticing the cause and effect. Noticing how the space inside you feels, maybe has shifted. Thank you so much for your time, your presence. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.